Alex. Hi, Alex. Sorry, it's taking me forever to get to your reading. I already have a bunch of decks pulled, and you kind of know the drill as far as. No, that one flipped, but I was shuffling. As far as like this is energy that I'm reading as of right now. Things can change. Energy is always changing and flowing. Let me know how this resonates as well, please. I had multiple things going on. I had some family things going on, which delayed me. I know it's not an excuse, and I'm sorry, but thank you for your patience. Also, my tablet, my old tablet that I used to do readings on, it just all of a sudden decided that it wasn't going to work. So this is on my new tablet. This might have to be in multiple parts, just as a heads up, because I'm finding with this tablet, after a little bit, it shuts off my video, and I don't understand why. So please bear with me. I don't know how many parts this is going to be, but this is the first part, and I will name what parts they are as we go along. I'll try and do it in as little parts as I can, but yeah. Okay, so also, as a heads up, if you'd like to order any physical products, you'll have to ask me to do a private listing now since you're out of Canada and the US, because the shipping has changed. It's silly. It takes a lot more steps to do my shipping now, which is silly. But anyway. So, this is my yin yang deck. This is my like balancing, kind of has a little bit of everything in it. A lot coming out. So the card that was flipped initially when I was starting to shuffle was closed off, guarded, and resistant. Are you closed off from something right now? Because that's kind of how I'm reading that one. As far as like you have your guard up over something. Let me go through and see. I'll pause in between my shuffling of my next decks just as a heads up. The next cards, again, as you probably can recall, how my cards tend to work for me is as they're coming out, it's like past to present to future. Not always, but most of the time. So you're self-sabotaging, I think, with certain things. You're overthinking. I think you're overthinking, because the other card, so let me start from the beginning. We have the self-care card that came out with guilt and sabotage. So I think you're self-sabotaging yourself because it came out with the self-care card. Are you looking after yourself? Are you, energy is kind of sticking out in my brain. So are you protecting your energy? Are you feeling really drained all the time? I think you need to recuperate and look after yourself a little bit more. I think you are not taking care of yourself as well as what you did a little while ago, and you kind of just let it go to the wayside. Next thing was transcendence and unity. You got to get your balancing back, okay? Because I think that you not looking after yourself has thrown you out of whack, and it has really messed with you. You're going to be having a breakthrough, or you just had a breakthrough, because it's kind of in the middle. So this is kind of your aha, like, I think that you already know this. It's just kind of coming to realization of you actually thinking about it and doing it and those sorts of things. So the next card that came out was spy, watching, and expecting. So I think this isn't like a creepy spying. This is more of a, you might be looking in on somebody, or somebody might be looking in on you and just checking in on you. I think somebody's checking in on you just to see how you're doing, because they are noticing that you're a little bit more closed off. They're noticing that you're a little bit more resistant to things. Oh, if you see some smoke going, it's my incense, by the way. So I think that they know that you're not really how you used to be, that you're a little bit more low energy. You're not doing some things that you used to do all the time. You need to start forming that solid foundation again. I feel like you went through a tower moment. And you need to form that solid foundation again to rebuild yourself, to get yourself back to where you were. Because release, surrender, and purge came out sideways. So when my cards come out sideways like this, it is like past, present, and future if you keep going this way, but it's in reverse. So you know that you need to release something and surrender to something. There's incense. And you need to purge something so that you can again look after yourself. I think it's your mindset. I think you need to reevaluate how you're thinking at things, because if you are thinking negative thoughts, you're going to be bringing in negative. So positive brings positive, negative brings negative. So I have a feeling that you need to release your way, not really release your way of thinking, but just kind of revamp it a little bit. Still be you, but at the same time, just be more conscious of what you're thinking. Fire came out, so you could have fire in your chart, so Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or somebody close to you. I think this is in relation to somebody close to you, because how this image is this person's going downward. So I think this is in relation to how the individual that's looking in on you is seeing you. You're kind of going in a downward spiral, so you need to pull yourself out of there. And that's what they're kind of seeing. So they're just wanting to reignite that fire under you to get that spark back so that you can be who you need to be for those around you. It's about completing the cycle, okay? And I think that this speaks volumes with how this picture is, because to me, normally it's the butterfly that sticks out to me, but for you, I feel like it's the makeup, that it feels like they've been crying a lot. It's like that red-eyed, teary, like sad face, right? So I think that this is representing you in a nutshell. There is going to be some sort of offer coming, or something was on the table. Just be open to it. So do your due diligence and think about it. Do walk through everything. This may have come up previously, but it's going to be coming up again. I think you've turned it down before. Maybe reevaluate it, okay? Because again, this is in reverse. So I think it's going to be coming along, or it's still on the table. It's just a matter of, again, just kind of is trying to push you to get you out of your funk, okay? You need to be compassionate towards yourself. Nurture and compassion came out. So this is about being compassionate towards yourself. You are way too hard on yourself. You tend to always see the negative about yourself, I feel like, and you always weigh heavily on that. You always just focus on those sorts of things, and that's where the closed off and not having self-care comes in. You gotta kind of switch it. Flip that switch. It's hard at first, but I think that you can do it. It's going to take baby steps, and it's not going to be an overnight thing, okay? There's some sort of reunion and soul ties that's coming out. You know this person. I think you know who this is representing. I think it may come out further in the next cards, but this person is definitely like one of your soulmates. So soulmates can be in all shapes and forms. There is romantic soulmates, there's pet soulmates, there is friends, there's family. There's a bunch of different kinds of soulmates that are out there. But whoever this is representing, they're very important to you, but it's not a romantic way. It's more of like a friendship, family, or a friendship that you feel is family kind of relationship. Okay? Deception and temptation come out. This is about the offer. This is about the offer, is that you're like, it's too good to be true. I don't know. You're tempted by it, but at the same time, you're leery of it. So whatever this offer is, again, do maybe a list of like the yeses and the nos and see what outweighs each other and go from there. The bottom of the deck is comfort zone and clinging. So this here is about like you're trying to stay in a comfort zone and you're clinging on to everything that's around you, but at the same time you're focusing on the negative things, and that's what's making you spiral. After that is air. So things are up in the air right now on what way this can swing, because again, energy is always everywhere and it's always changing and flowing. So depending on how you view things and how you have your mindset depends on how this is going to go down. Now, the next cards that I'm going to do, I'm going to pause and shuffle, and then I'll be right back. One sec. The offer is a person, isn't it? Somebody on your mind. Because the next deck that I was drawn to was my Island Wellness deck, and this is can be like a love deck, but I use it for other readings. And yeah, so the cards that have already come out, I'm just like a goosebumpy, and I'm like, this is about the offer, and I'm still having goosebumps about it. Because you're back and forth about this person, I feel like. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the first cards that came out was the Butterfly, Axe, and Runner. So the Butterfly is about the relationship is evolving and going to the next phase and growth within that relationship. But then the Axe is about like breakup and separation, stopping a pattern, abandonment, and the Runner is about like a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, and listening to ego. So I have a feeling that this relationship, when it first started, was about like the relationship was evolving. It was growing. It was going okay. But then all of a sudden, the other person, I feel like it was the other person and not you, was like, I don't know what's going on. And they never felt the things that they felt before. So that's why the Axe came out with it, is because of the breakup and the separation. I don't think you're with this person right now with how I am feeling these coming out. So the Girl with the Snake came out just after that. So the Girl with the Snake is about the empath and narcissistic paradigm. So they could be a little bit on the toxic side. I don't feel like it's a true narcissistic relationship. It's more of a, they like control, and boundaries comes to mind. So you need to establish healthier boundaries, and you may have been charmed by this person and felt like you've been used by this person. Passion came out in reverse. So passion is about like really good chemistry, like insane chemistry, liking each other, having fun, those sorts of things. But when things, like, it never really fit from what I can feel. So it's like you liked each other, but at the same time, it wasn't that like, it doesn't feel like your normal relationship. You know what I mean? Like it's more of like a situationship more than a relationship. Like you guys were kind of maybe together to just be together kind of idea. That's how I'm kind of feeling like it. And Talking and Stabbed in the Back came out. So Talking is about like interested, conversing a little bit more, getting to know them a little bit more, kind of hovering a little bit. But the Stabbed in the Back is about like heartbreak and pain, and the separation again, and shocking, and those sorts of things. So I think that you guys might still be talking a little bit, but it's not to the point that you guys are actually physically together. I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I'm feeling. And it feels like you guys are disconnected, that you're not on the same level. You're not on the same page at all. The Phoenix came out with Self-Indulgent and Heart with a Key. So these ones here is, the Phoenix is about like hopeful, renewal, rekindling. It's about like, again, changed mind. I think that you're hoping for a changed mind and maybe a growth with this person. But the Self-Indulgence is about focus on yourself and self-worth. So just like the first deck, you need to have that self-appreciation and know who you are first, so that you can find somebody to complement you, not to complete you. Because the Heart with the Key is about welcoming love in, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. So I think that you need to work on, since how it came out with Self-Indulgent and then Phoenix and then Heart with a Key, is you need to work on yourself more and get out of that mind frame, so that you can have that rekindling and that new phase within yourself, so that you can open yourself up to welcome love in, to welcome that new one in, that the one kind of idea, okay? Because right now you're like, nope, not today. I am done. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I think you're still a little bit upset over this, and you're just avoiding things. You're avoiding like that part of your life because you're trying to focus on other things to kind of get your mind out of there. Wedding rings and abundance came out after that. So abundance is about like keeping a positive mindset, manifesting exactly what you want. You need to keep doing that, okay? So keep going, but again, mindset thing, okay? Wedding rings is about like union, wedding, married, soul contract, everlasting promise. So when the timing is right, I feel like somebody is going to come along, but you just need to be ready. You're not ready yet, okay? So right now, you're just not today, but eventually when things kind of settle down, I think that you will be better and you'll be in a better mind frame. Hammer is on the bottom and camera. I think this was a karmic relationship for you to get on, to learn the lesson so that you can move forward, because hammer is about like sabotaging and rebuilding, but you're working on it. So you need to, again, learn the lesson from it. And I think you're still reminiscing and possibly looking at pictures. But this is about also making new memories, for the future, those sorts of things. So let me grab another deck. I'll be right back. All right, so I grabbed my tarot and I did like a past, present, future. A lot of cards came out, so let's go over the past. Again, let me know how this resonates. The cards that came out was the Empress. We have the Ace of Swords, and then we have the Nine of Wands. So let's talk about the Empress first. So the Empress is about a divine feminine energy. Everybody has masculine energy. Everybody has feminine energy. So she's about nurturing. And this is about like creativity, motherhood kind of feelings, unity. It's also about like nurturing abundance and being empathetic and unconditional love, unification, like unification of mind, body, and spirit. So I think that you were in a good place a little while ago. Right. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is about new ideas, clarity, kind of having aha moments and getting new ideas. And it's about like the truth revealed, awareness, heightened states of consciousness, memory, or thought. It's about communication, victory, success, triumph, a stroke of genius, those sorts of things. But then the Nine of Wands hit. So the Nine of Wands, notice the picture. So the Nine of Wands is about like determination, resiliency, defiance. It's about like a last defense. It's kind of like the final push and excitement for what's to come, finding motivation in the face of difficulties. You push beyond your perceived limitations and remain open and trusting as you do. Having said that, that has kind of brought you to where you are right now. And we have the Hanged Man, Strength, Four of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. You have 3 major arcana in your present, okay? So let's talk about the Hanged Man first. So the Hanged Man is about like surrendering to the wills of the cosmos. And it's about like a pause, inner reflection. It's about letting go and embracing the new to realign your heart and purpose with like new wisdom. And it's about spiritual teachings as well and enlightenment, because right now you're kind of just hanging there and you just need the strength to get through this. So whatever you're going through, this is about courage and calmness. It's like a quiet strength though, okay? This is about like being a graceful leader. You're very gifted. It's about being a healer as well. It's also about like thought and heart, spiritual matters, compassion, sometimes lust or animal instinct. It can also be like you're deliberately bringing compassion and strength forward and you're using them for good. But at the same time, since you're hanging there, you're not realizing your potential with your strength. You kind of secluded a little bit back because you're not seeing what the universe is trying to gift you. This is you. This is the universe. So the Four of Cups is about missing opportunities. It's about a time to meditate. You're frustrated at times, and it could be over boredom as well, like the same repeated patterns, kind of like you're on autopilot right now. It's also can be about like not appreciating what you have a little bit. It can be about like stability leading to a little bit of boredom. So again, kind of the same pattern over and over and over again. Wheel of Fortune then came out. So the Wheel of Fortune is about like changes. It's about fate, destiny, breaking those cycles through karmic lessons and chaos. It's about like the turning point. It's allowing the transformative energies of fate to help you expand your experiences. So you need to trust in the universe and accept those gifts and see what strength you have by nurturing yourself so that you can stop hanging. Future cards. It was the Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. You probably already know what I'm going to be talking about. So let's talk about the Two of Wands first. So the Two of Wands is about planning your future. It's also about like making like possibilities of the choices between your comfort zone and new adventures come true. Because the world is filled with opportunities for adventure. So you need to welcome them. And I think with this card, you are going to be welcoming them into your life. Cards don't go by our timeline though. So you got to get out of this state in order to accept this. Okay. This is about mastering a skill. Pentacles, coins. It's about money and security, those sorts of things. So this is about being an expert in whatever you feel is your expertise, okay, to get there. So this is about like, again, having like progress, that patience, that determination, finding your soul's purpose for what you want to do and mastering it. So loving determination and perseverance, and you're becoming the person that you long to be. So these are great, but you need to rest as well and look after yourself. Okay. So this one here is like, it's about like shadow healing from burnout and taking a brief holiday from your reality to renew that self-love. So yes, this is great, but you also need to look after yourself. So self-care is coming up again in your tarot. And this is about giving yourself permission to slow down and heal and rest. Okay, I'm gonna go to another one. Be right back. As I'm shuffling these cards, dreaming came to mind. Are you having really weird, vivid dreams by chance? Are you recording them? If you are, try and write down a dream journal to try and, if you are having dreams, to try and recall what you dreamt and seeing any patterns at all, because I think that your guides are trying to send you messages in your dreams, okay? Just as a heads up. Do you think you're a twin flame by chance? Because I'm looking at your order and you asked if you're a twin flame. I don't get that vibe. I don't get that vibe at all. I don't get the vibe that somebody's coming and going, coming and going. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But you're definitely not a twin flame. I'm not picking that up at all. So the first card in this deck was transformation. Notice a butterfly. This can also represent a tower moment. Remember how I mentioned tower earlier? It's coming out again. Okay, so this is about having that change, that resiliency to get through this, to have that solid foundation to rebuild your tower. I think that this happened a while ago, since this is the first card in this deck. This person's still coming up, okay? So you're still having lots of chemistry. There was a lot of chemistry, intimacy, passion, attraction, but you just, it didn't feel right. Okay, and that's why this card came out. So this could be about possibly not talking to them the way that you weren't expressing yourself how you wanted to express yourself. So throat chakra being blocked, reserved, holding back, those sorts of thoughts are coming to mind with that one. So trance came out. So this one is about meditation, but notice a butterfly as well. So this one here is about, again, pausing, reflecting. Grounding is huge. You need to trust your intuition as well. So I think you already try and trust your intuition. Your intuition's great with others, but I think you don't really listen to your intuition as much as you should for yourself. Does that sound familiar? Hold is about negotiation and tied up. You just feel like you're bound. You just feel like you're not sure where to go. This can be about legality as well, but I feel like this is more about you're just stuck and you don't know how to unbind yourself. You don't know how to break those chains, to take that blindfold off. And I think they're from your own making. So you're creating things up here that weren't 100% positive. So again, flipping that mindset. So Emperor came out. You need to bring out more masculine energy. Or I think that with everything that's gone down, you're having bursts of anger. That's what's kind of coming out to me with this card, which is very unusual for that card. So just again, caution on how you're kind of thinking. So manifest good, okay? Creativity. Be like your Midas touch, okay? So everything that you touch will turn good. Not to the point where like it's going to be toxic, but at the same time, just create positivity in your mindset. Create positivity around you. Look at the positive versus the negative, because I think that recently you've been thinking negative for future things versus positive. Cloud came out. So this is about silver lining. This is about something that's so close that you can almost taste it. Being optimistic. You need to be a little bit more open to things, okay? Island then came out. So Island is about boundaries, discipline. Is your needs getting met? This is important for you because I mentioned it earlier about boundaries. Healthy boundaries are great. So you need to view your boundaries not like walls, but like doors. So if somebody crosses your boundary, you're in charge of the door, how much you want to open it or slam it shut or close it. So I think that you're kind of a wiggle wobble gate right now. You need to be more like not a metal door, but maybe a wooden door. Okay, so that it's a little bit easier to open and close, but not too solid. Okay, so you need to have solid, healthy boundaries, but at the same time, you need to have some little wiggle room. Okay, so just be cautious. So water came out. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Water could be in your chart, but I think that this is representing that you're drowning, because there's nothing else in this picture other than water. So to me, I think that you are taking on way too much and you're trying to just dissolve everything just like water. So you're trying to just mask everything, okay? So bring some fun back into your life. Bring the happy moments back into your life. Make light of things. Life is too short, okay? Make that movement. Movement is this way, but it's like it's an upright in past, present, and future. So this person, I think I was wrong. I think they do come and go in your life because of the movement coming out like this. So this is about action, offer, communication. I think they have been in your life for quite a while, and that's what's kind of triggering you a little bit and keeping you kind of reserved and not being able to speak your truth. Think that it was a friendship. I think this was a friendship initially, and then it kind of went more. Okay, so this is about a support system. You guys kind of tend to lean on each other, but when you guys try to make it a connection, like a physical relationship, it just doesn't work, because I think you guys were meant to be like friend soulmates versus romantic soulmates. That's how I'm reading that, because right now haze is on the bottom. So this is about like confusion, anxiety, and you can't see clearly. So if you keep going the way that you're going, you're still going to be caught up in that haze, and it's just a phase. Okay, so you gotta get through the cycle to get there. I'm drawn to a couple more decks. One sec. Okay, so I was drawn to my moon messages deck as I was shuffling, and then I shuffled more and asked for your thoughts, and then I asked for their thoughts. This is yours. You hit me out of nowhere. You're indecisive. I can't stop thinking of you. But you're a little bit controlling. So that's what came out for you. For them, it was you deserve more. They tend to be very anxious about the whole situation. I am choosing you, but it came out in reverse. And I miss you more than you know. So I think that they are still reminiscing about you, but with this coming out in reverse, I don't think it's going to work out. Bottom of the deck, which I think is really important too, is what we have is soul recognition. So I feel like you guys may have known each other from a past life, and that's why it's carrying over to this one. And that's why you're having these feelings for each other, because you have that soul recognition within each other, but it's friends. I feel like it's meant to be friends versus lovers for this aspect. Let me grab one more deck. So I was drawn to my Woodland Wardens, and this one here I need to read from this because I don't know it that well because I just got it a little bit ago. So we have the bee and the pomegranate productivity. So this one here is about the bee and pomegranate calls us to create with purpose. Bees are known for their hard work and industriousness. The phrase busy as a bee derives from the Canterbury Tales, written in the 14th century. Pomegranates are tough-skinned and difficult to open, but once their exterior is pierced, hundreds of seeds burst forth, signifying fertility and abundance. You are at your most productive. Take care to ensure your labor fulfills you. So again, I think that this is representing you, the pomegranate, because of your hard exterior, and then once you get to know you, then you tend to open up a little bit more. Okay, so then we have the squirrel and chestnut. This is about preparation. Okay, so this one here, I need to find. This one here is to ensure sustenance through the winter. The squirrel buries its nuts, hiding them from other squirrels and predators. Chestnuts, small nuts that grow into large productive trees, are symbols of abundance. Together, the squirrel and chestnut remind us that careful preparedness will often yield riches. You have prepared well and can expect to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Your resourcefulness and foresight will be rewarded. So what did I say with your 3-card spread, where your past, present, future? Kind of reiterates with this. The next one was the horse and the bluebell, modest fortitude. So this one here, I need to find it. Oops. XL. Oh, did I pass it? Sorry. There we go. Its downcast blooms cause the bluebell to bow gently at its stem, symbolizing modesty. In contrast, the horse is a striking creature, proud and muscular, able to bear great loads and travel long distances. It is known for its superior strength and stamina. Taken together, the horse and bluebell remind us that the greatest feats are the result of much humble practice. So work quietly and consciously. The time to shine will present itself in the future. For now, focus on your process rather than its reward. So you need to, again, just focus on yourself and look after yourself, okay? I am too focused on earning praise and not focused enough on the substance of my work. When is it worthwhile to push through adversity, and when is it better to rest? I think that resonates a lot too. So the bottom of the deck is the dragonfly and pansy. This is about balance. What have I said before? This is about balance. I need to find where it is. There it is. So perching with a delicate grace, the dragonfly is a symbol of balance, nimble and attuned as a dancer. It moves effortlessly through the air, shifting direction with ease. Pansies are named for the French word pensée, meaning thought, and were given by the Victorians as tokens of thoughtfulness. Together, the dragonfly and pansy indicate a harmony of thought and action. Like a dragonfly hovering above water, you are healthy and confident. Your physical skill is matched by your mental and emotional strength. Is my attention shared among my various interests and endeavors, or do I tend to favor just one? Am I satisfied with how I spend my time and energy? How can I build a more balanced lifestyle, or more balance into my life? So, I'm not drawn to any other decks. But please let me know how this resonates. And thank you again for your patience and for everything, all your support. You have been amazing. And if you happen to get readings again, it hopefully won't be as long as this one because, yeah, thank you again so much. Take care of yourself.